This is our free camp at Desert Oaks on the Stewart Highway. It's about 30 kilometres north of Earl Dunder Roadhouse, where we turn off to go to Uluru. Got a big rest area, this one. There's lots of spaces. There's quite a few people in here. Some people got their breakfast cooking fire over there. Bit of road noise last night, but not much at all really. And a lovely starlit sky. It's a shame the moon was up. I've got about a half moon. Otherwise the Milky Way would have been spectacular, I suspect. Alright, so driving into Uluru along the Lassiter Highway. This is the first sort of decent view you get of Uluru and Kata Tjuta, or the Olgas, in the distance on the right. Uluru on the left. I've had to climb a sand dune, so I'm a bit out of breath. But yeah, that's the first decent view. So Walga Gorge is in Kata Tjuta, which is a very interesting rock formation about 40 kilometres from Uluru. I'll show you some shots that taking the whole of the range, quite big actually. Covers a bigger area than Uluru, and I think it's actually taller than Uluru. But not as well known. It's only really been opened up to tourists for a few years, whereas Uluru's, as Ayres Rock before, has been open for a long time. the ceiling here, the roof inside here is black because of the fires that had been burnt in here. Trying to imagine what it would be like in the wet, yeah. With all the water coming in, you can see where it comes down off the rock. So yeah, in rainy times this would be awesome. Right, so there's a tiny little bit of water left in that little pool there. And you can see where the high water mark is. So when it rains, it'll fill up to there. I think we'd still be dry here, but this is where the water has to come from. Oh, and it goes back further than that, I think. Just can't see it. It's absolutely huge. I'm leaning backwards to be able to get that in. I'd love to see it in the wet. And then I guess the water runs off down there. Alright, worth its weight in gold this fortnight. The thing we're talking about is not actually worth its weight in gold because it is very heavy. I'm not talking about Helen. So Helen, what is worth its weight in gold this fortnight?
Right, okay. This washing machine, when we first had the caravan and we first bought it and stuff, and I was like going to say to the guys, look, just take it out. We don't need a washing machine, and look, it's tiny. What good is this thing going to be? But in actual fact, it is worth its weight in gold because the washing machines on campsites, the prices average from between $4 to $6. And you know, if you use those once or twice a week, then it adds up. So this little machine we use for everything apart from bedding and the you know, the big bath tiles and so on. And I run it probably twice a week, so it saves us money. It's very convenient, and because it's a front loader, it's a hell of a lot kinder on our clothes than those crappy what do you call them, top loaders. So yeah, this worth its weight in gold.
Saves us about $10.
But then so am I.
Saves us about $10 a week. But yeah, you cost a damn sight more than $10 a week. So
I earn a damn sight more than $10 a week.
I know. Washing machine worth its weight in gold. Awesome. Kings Canyon Resort. It's nice. It's flat. It's not level, but it's flat. Lots of these sort of washing up facilities, plenty of toilets, the bar's pretty good. So we're on the Kings Canyon Rim Walk. It's about 6 kilometres return. They say allow 3 to 4 hours. Which is probably a bit of a joke. It's a grade 4 walk out of 5, 4 out of 5. There's a steep climb at the beginning. We've done that now. I didn't film it down the bottom, there were too many people. We've done the climb, we've been going about 25 minutes. There are little climbs from here onwards, but nothing major. I think we'll be stopping for coffee, we'll be stopping for lunch. So it probably will take us about 3 hours. I'd expect to be down about 11:45, something like that, but we'll see. Nice rocky steps, not concrete. This is what Ormiston should be like. Again, beautifully manicured paths made from flat stones, concreted in place, but at least it's not like Ormiston where they had those big concrete steps. These steps here have been made out of rock. They've been made safe, they've been made stable, but yeah, it's just a much more natural surface, if you can call it that, given that these stones are concreted in place. It just looks a lot better. Obviously a very popular walk because there's nothing else to do around here. So there's lots of people on this walk right now. Helicopters flying overhead. Don't know how much they cost, the helicopter flights. But yeah, it's a bit busy. But you can't come any later, it gets too hot. Alright, we're getting near the head of the canyon. Now we've got a bridge. Little walkway and a bridge. Ah. Oh yeah. I think it's a really well surveyed and engineered walk, this one. It's there's a requirement that you do it clockwise, so you start with a very steep climb at the very beginning, and from there it undulates, there's ups and downs, but then the descent is longer and it's much more gradual. And I think that's really well done. If people went the other way around and did there's a helicopter coming over again, hang on. Just hear it there. If people did it the other way around, for a lot of people it's quite a tiring walk, I should think, and you would not want to be doing a steep descent at the end of the walk when you're tired. I think people are more likely to get into trouble doing that. So getting people doing a steep climb at the beginning and then a much more gradual descent, which is a lot easier on the knees, that's for sure, is a really good idea. And it's a really clear path. It doesn't look like, you know, it's an engineered path. I mean it is, but it doesn't look like it. So it's a good walk. So there are 3 walks you can do here. You can do you can go clockwise around the rim, which is what we've done. There's a shorter, I think it's a sealed path, so it's good for wheelchairs. It goes into the gorge for about 1 kilometre or so. Or you can kind of go anti-clockwise halfway. So it's called the South Rim Walk, and that's good because this way down that we're doing now is quite gentle. So that would be the way up for people doing that route. It's not as harsh as the full rim walk. So you can come up this way that we're coming down. Just as I'm saying that, I've come to a little rough bit, but it's been really quite easy coming down here. That would be the way up for the South Rim. You walk halfway along to a point and then you turn around and come back the same way. So you get to avoid that really steep climb at the very beginning, which is clever. It's good, so people can do the rim without having to do the whole of it. We may well go on and do the short walk along the gorge floor later on. I don't know, might do. We've got down pretty early. We've not even been 2.5 hours yet, and well, the car park is just there, look. So we'll have been 2 hours 20 minutes probably by the time we get there, which I don't understand the rating system. We're not fit at all. We're experienced walkers, but we're not fit. Why on earth they say that it's going to take 3 to 4 hours? But to take 4 hours we'd have had to have a 15-minute stop after every kilometre, which is ridiculous. Here we are, back at the start. So we're down in the canyon now. This is a walk along the creek bed. It's pretty flat, as you'd expect. It says an hour return on the boards, but I suppose we'll stop and have tea and cake or whatever, and it might take us an hour, but it shouldn't do really. It's only a couple of kilometres in total, kilometre there and back. But yeah, plenty of shade down here. Right, this is as far as the walk goes, and we've got a bit of a viewing platform. Well, it's a big viewing platform as it ends. And we've got these lovely sort of bronze sculptures.
Super finches.
Finches.
Oh look, there's one down there.
There's a parrot down there on this thing. And there's a lizard on the...
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, ringneck parrot on the fence, and then we've got this.
Yeah.
So we had to decide what to do about crossing back into WA, whether to go north or whether to go through South Australia. In the end, we decided while we were at Kings Canyon to do nothing, to hang around in that area for a few days and wait and see what happened. So we went to Curtin Springs for a couple of days. We went back to Ayers Rock Resort for a couple of days, and we decided we were going to go to Ross River Resort, which is in the East McDonnell Range near Alice Springs. We were on our way there when we heard the news that the border had opened, both borders in fact, so we decided we wanted to go through South Australia. It was shorter, so we basically turned around and went back the way we came, and ended up the fortnight in Coober PD in South Australia.